Hey guys, Jim Ryder from Fairway Mortgage over here in East Lyme, Connecticut. And I hope everyone's having a great day. But I wanted to let you know about something that happened to me this morning. And really what I'm thinking about is I just heard that my customer had his offer, him and his wife's offer accepted on a VA mortgage. And I'll tell you why I think it was accepted. So I'm working this morning at my desk here and I get a phone call from an agent that I do some business with. And she asked me, say, hey, Jim, I have a VA buyer, okay? They have an offer in, but we just found out that Navy Federal, which is, they're great. They do a lot of great things as far as checking, savings, mortgages. They have really good interest rates. They're a great company. I like Navy Federal big time. But what happens is those larger companies, when the market gets busy and they take in a lot of applications, they become very, very slow. So they heard from their loan officer that they called on that they can't close in less than 60 days. Now 60 days, they can't guarantee a 60-day closing. They said it could be 60 days, could be longer than 60 days. So what happens is my buyer or my agent's buyer, they are going to lose the house because they can't put an offer in. The seller wants to close in 45 days or less. In this case, 30 days would even be better because there was another offer on the home. So my agent goes, can I three-way the customer in? And she does. And she actually tried to have the customer call me at the beginning when they were getting pre-approved, but they just wanted to stay where they were. They felt comfortable with their local lender, let's say, which a lot of people do. So what this video is more about is to make you aware of how Fairway Independent Mortgage, first of all, works, and to finish up this story because it's a great story at the end. So I talked to the customer, the agent three-ways the phone call. I get the customer on the line and I just tell them a little bit about our company. We are always a top 10 VA direct lender in the nation, even though you may have never heard of Fairway Independent Mortgage. Nationally, we do a lot of business. And since I started working here just less than 2 years ago, I think we've really broken in with the name recognition in the area. So when an agent hears Fairway Independent Mortgage, from what I've told them, and maybe we closed over 200 loans last year for $52 million in closings. So now that pre-qual letter is going out. So a lot of agents and everyone, they know my name, but now they know the company name too. So anyway, so I go through it, tell the customer I can close in 30 days. And they're like, wow, how can you guys do that? Well, it's because we have a bigger staff and I actually have local staff. And what that means is when you go into and talk to a larger company, you might talk to a CSR, it stands for Consumer Service Rep, or you might talk to their mortgage originator. And they're awesome people. They're so nice, they help out. But once you apply, let's say you had your offer accepted and you apply, once it leaves that nice person who's the salesperson, it goes to the back room where the processors and the underwriters, that's where they are. And these larger companies, they just have really slow turnaround time, all right? They're just very, very slow. But you also got to remember that if you look at that as a business, that bank or that credit union or that lender, whatever, usually it's a bank or credit union. If you look at them, they have a business to run. They have to make money. So they do their checking accounts, they do savings accounts, they do automobile loans, they do personal loans, they do business loans, they do everything, right? So they're a one-stop shop. So when it comes to just mortgage lending, that's just one little tiny sliver of their overall business. So when business gets very, very busy and there's more home selling and you have to close quicker, then what happens is they become very, very slow from point A to point B. Point A meaning taking the application to point B meaning you're sitting with the closing attorney. Very, very slow. In the case of, like I said, and I'll use the term because they said the name Navy Federal, it was a minimum of 60 days. And a lot of these websites, if you go on the websites, it actually says right on the front, there'll be delayed phone calls back or, due to high demand, our response time might be slow. You'll never see that with my branch because what we do is if we become busy, I just hire more people, right? So when I came over here, it was just myself and Nina, and now and then Jessica, she's a loan officer. Stacy K, she's a production partner assistant, so I hired her when it became busy. And I have another loan officer, Stacy Riley. So we've been growing the business so we can support the amount of business that's coming in and still give, A plus or the best service possible out there. So anyway, the customer wants me to, wants to talk with me, and they want a pre-approval letter. It took like 3 or 4 days for them to get a pre-approval letter at their old mortgage company. I have an app. And again, I'm going to use the term anyway, but you've heard of Rocket Mortgage. Press button, get mortgage. Well, it's an app on a phone or a website, and you go in, you fill it out, and you can get a pre-approval letter pretty quickly, right? Well, think about it. Fairway Mortgage has the same, like very similar, same system. We have an app we send over via email or text to the customer. They put it on their phone and register it. They fill it out. The information comes over to me, and I personally, it's not a computer system, right? So we catch the flaws. We actually will do the pre-approval, right, ourselves, and then send out a pre-approval letter. I can do it. I did it in like 25 minutes today. So they apply. I sent it to them. They applied. I pulled their credit, looked at their income, brought in the information from the house, determined that the debt to income ratio was good, the credit was good, everything's good, and I sent out an email with a attachment of the pre-approval letter to themselves and the agent within like 30 minutes. Well, I know it's a little late in the day, but I texted and I said, how you making out with the offer? 3 minutes later, got it accepted. I said, can you talk? Absolutely. I get him on the phone, and he's with his wife, and I'm talking to him, and I said, I must be good luck because 3 minutes after I texted you, you got the okay that your offer was accepted on this beautiful house in Montville. It might be Oakdale, but it's the same thing. But anyway, that was speed, right? So really, if you're looking for, I mean, everyone says, what's the rates? What's the rates? But when it comes to, first of all, we have great rates, right? But what I look at is service to the realtor, to the buyer. You know, that is so important, to be able to answer questions and know the answer, not just make up the answer or answer it the way you think you know what the answer may be and have a problem down the road. That's what you get here. I've been lending 16 years, and I've done so many different types of loans, anything from, you know, easy $1 million loans to military loans to renovation mortgages where people put additions for $300,000 on a house and we finance it. I've done it all. So the only way to gain experience is to go through and get more and more business and go through and close more and more loans every year. That is how you have experience. You can't read experience. So you'll have a lot of mortgage people out there that, you know, say I have a year in the business or 2 years in the business. They can't have that much experience because they haven't closed that many loans in that amount of time. So when you come over to my group here, or especially myself, they have, and my loan officers, if they don't know the answer, we're in this building together. They just walk into my office and ask me the question. So they'll get that answer for you right away too. So if you're looking for great service, okay, if you're looking for speed, which is what I just went over, and you're looking for very, very competitive rates, like really good rates, for a while, our rates tend to, well, about a week and a half ago, no one could beat our rates. Our rates were ridiculous, right? But they go up and down with the market. And right now, they're still ridiculous. They're so good. So if you're looking to buy a house and you're looking for great service, upfront answers, quick pre-approvals, quick closings, 30-day closings or less, which is unheard of right now and at most companies, we would love the opportunity to help you out. And like I said, we have a group right here in East Lyme, Connecticut. We do the processing right here inside these walls and this roof. We do everything right here in East Lyme, Connecticut, whereas most companies, they do processing in bullpens. So they might be in Maryland, or in Ohio, or in Florida, or in Texas, where they have a huge office with cubicles with hundreds or thousands of processors. That's where all the loans from the nation go. And you just kind of get lost in that. You're just like a needle in a haystack. When you come here, you're like, you're the most important person to us. And we just want to close your mortgage and make you feel like you're the only one. So anyway, my name's Jim Ryder, Fairway Mortgage. It's called Fairway Independent Mortgage Corp. And thanks for listening. And we hope you can see the value in working with us. Okay, thanks a lot. Have a good one. Oh, here we go.